Welcome to Naked Heart Revolution, a micro podcast for couples ready to deepen intimacy, spark sensual connection, and rediscover playful confidence in themselves and their love relationship. Hosted by Jenny Bingham.
Hey there. Here's a question. What is something that woman could say or do to really let her man know what she wants from him so she could desire him more in the bedroom? Hi, my name is Jenny Bingham. I'm here. I'm going to speak with Lancelot. What a wonderful name, eh? He will answer this question from his perspective. This gives us ladies some ideas and some concepts on how to approach things. At the same time, we'll have a little, maybe you could call it banter, discussion. Yeah, banter. I want to say disposition, but I don't know if that's the right word. But anyways, yeah, and really bring to light some of the key things that's needed. All right. Well, we'll give him a few minutes and we'll touch base then. All right, later. Or not later, one moment.
Yes,
Hey,
yes. Good morning. Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Good, good. Thank you. Yeah,
Awesome.
I just completely did not write it down, so I'm like, what? But the good thing I just got home, so I
Okay.
want to,
Oh, well, I say thank you for putting us in your busy schedule. Just so
yes,
we're clear, this is basically to get your insights. I had a question for you. Now, let's say, for example, I'm not quite sure what type of personality your wife is, but let's just say she comes to you running from whatever the back room. She comes to you to your office. She goes, dear honey, I need your help. Can you open the toothpaste for me with your big, strong muscles? What would be your reaction?
what are you smoking? You know what I mean? What you drinking or something? What is going on? That ain't you. That's not her. My wife is, first of all, she's beautiful, but she comes from a family of people that get out there and do. She just finished stripping the steps and painting the steps. She's just phenomenal. So she's not going to do that. I'll open something if it's too hard for her to open, but it's not that dandelion distress. No, no, open this please, and I'll just open it because she's a man's dream as far as I'm concerned because she can be a woman, but at the same time she's very skilled with the tools. I have no clue when it comes to tools, but she does, and it's just fascinating. It fascinates me.
One of the reasons why I asked that question is because I had one gentleman and I shared the same scenario and he started laughing and he says, of course I will. And then he said he would open to her, give her a big hug, and then she would be on her way. So it's interesting to see the different types of personalities of men, different
Right,
personalities of ladies, and how they'll react. So it's really a thing of knowing your person.
right. Yes, yes, absolutely. And it's funny. I think we all attract our mothers in some ways. You know what I mean? And in this specific case, very much like my mother. My mother's a nurse. She was a head nurse. My wife is a nurse in direct and management positions. And both of them are very strong women who work professional and have a certain personality. You know, so it's interesting that they say you're attracted to your mother, and then actually that is very true, and especially in my case.
Nice. So with her being a strong woman, let's say something happened and she was at fault. What would be the reaction? How would you two um handle this situation?
We, I mean, we did. We always have the platform to discuss, and you agree to disagree, which is I think is very important to be able to, no matter what's happening, be able to have that conversation to agree to disagree. But ultimately, the end result is to try. You want to be able to resolve it, even if you're stubborn. And there's been some instances where she went to her corner, I went to my corner. But because you love her and she loves me, and we understand that we have our best, each other's best interest at heart, you move on, you get over it, you say sorry, you acknowledge, uh, uh, what happened, and you try to say sorry. And in cases where you don't feel as though you were wrong, at least you can acknowledge that we're adult enough to be able to disagree and not attack one another. That's very important because most people, when they fight, they hit below the belt. You know what I mean? And they call names, and that's because of your historical discourses. That's how you dealt it when you were a kid, or that's how your parents dealt with their spouse when they argued. But you got to understand that, or you should understand that everybody's going to disagree in a marriage. But as long as you have a platform to disagree, understanding that calling out at each other's names or hitting below the belt is not a part of the conversation. If you can agree with that, then there's nothing that you can't get through.
Nice. So with everything that you just mentioned, it'd be, of course, I imagine the same thing if you something went on and you were at fault. Well, then you still have your platform to discuss the situation. And if you need to disagree, then that's set. And
Yes.
always realizing, yeah, you have each other's best
Yeah.
interest at hand.
And the thing that gets me is ultimately you don't want to disappoint your wife, especially because she got your back. So it hurts me, to know that she's hurt or she feels a specific way. You know what I mean? So that bothers me. That really bothers me. And thank God it does, because if I didn't care, it would really be. I guess it wouldn't be a real relationship. But that does bother me, and helps me to be able to at least take a introspective look at myself. A lot of the stuff, my biggest thing is things that I really can't change, and that's that desire to be to continue to tap into my greatness in everything that I do. That's just something that's been embedded me, and it 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 takes a toll. And anybody that's done anything great, you have to be sort of selfish, and I know that. But you try, at least you try to understand her side, and it hurts me sometimes when she sits down and says, "I need this because this is not working and that's not working," and reason why it's not working is because I'm constantly moving. I'm on the go. I'm doing this. And if I'm not doing this, I'm sleeping because I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm so exhausted that when we're spending time, you know what I mean. So it's difficult, and
Yeah.
it's difficult to know that you're not able to sometimes give her what she deserves.